Hey guys, Josh here. Thank you for tuning in. Okay guys, so today we're back out on the river, the Hiwassee River, doing some more kayaking. But this is not necessarily a kayaking video. I was thinking the other day about some things I wanted to do and trying to come up with ideas for videos and different things like that. And something occurred to me during that process, and that's, you guys really don't know me. I mean, you know me through the videos, you get a sense through the videos of who I am and the things I enjoy and things like that, but I've never really taken the time to let you guys get to know Josh. So that's what this video is about. It's about me talking to you guys, getting on a more personal level, letting you know things I enjoy outside of the outdoor community, because you know that by the channel. I'm an outdoor guy. Sorry about the plane. Yeah, you know I'm an outdoor guy, and I might make mention of it in some videos. You might pick up on some things in those videos of who I am, but yeah, I just want you guys to get to know me a little bit better. And while I'm out here on the river today, fishing and just enjoying a day of paddling, then I'm going to talk to you guys periodically, let you get inside the head of Josh a little bit and get to know me a little bit better. So let's move on. Alright, so let's get started with this. I've been paddling around, doing a little fishing. I've not had a single bite yet. So fishing's not going well. It started raining, so I had to pack the camera away. So, yeah, not much is going according to plan on this trip. But that's not what this video is about. It's about getting to know Josh. So, let's talk about the channel a little bit. Just let me fill you in on the channel and why I do some of the things that I do on the channel. And I know you'll notice on the channel that I don't go to a lot of popular places. I don't go on a lot of backpacking trips where there's a lot of people or popular trails. I have a few on the channel, but I try to stay away from popular locations. Even though I love those locations, it's hard to film at places where there's a lot of people. It's hard to set the camera down. It's hard to walk away and come back and get those good shots. And it's hard to walk down the trail and talk to you guys with a camera in hand when you're passing, people left and right, and they're giving you funny looks and wondering, what the heck you're out there doing. And so it's a little bit more difficult trying to film at popular hiking trails and locations and backpacking trails and things like that. So that's mainly why I don't do it very much. My favorite place to go is out on the property. And the property is property that is owned by a good friend of mine, a friend that I've known since I was 5, 6 years old. And so I go out there. It's a vast property with, a pond and creeks and open land and thick woods and just a variety of different places to go to do different things. So I can tent camp, I can hammock camp, I can take my dog Max out there, who is not the friendliest dog in the world. I mean, he'll lick you to death and jump all over you once he's comfortable with you. But up until that point that he gets comfortable with you, he's a little standoffish. So it's hard to take him on a trail where there's a lot of people. So I usually take him out on the property. I can just go out there and do whatever I want. So that's why you don't see my channel filled with a lot of the popular hiking destinations and things like that. I just can't do what I want to do out there unless I just catch it at the perfect time and there's not a lot of people there. But because of my work schedule, I'm not able to go to these trails during the week. It's always on a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, the same time everybody else is out there doing those same things. So makes it a little bit more difficult. I don't know what that is up there in the woods. But anyway, it makes it a little bit more difficult to do what I want to do at those popular hiking and backpacking locations. So there's that. The rain is starting to pick up again, so I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep the camera out. Let's see if I can cover one more thing I want to talk about before I have to put the camera up, but I'll get it back out. We will continue the discussion. And there's ants crawling all in this kayak. They tickle my legs. But anyway, something else, and this is not channel related, this is just Josh related, personal. Something else you guys probably don't know about me, and I don't know that I've ever even mentioned it in any of my videos, is I love Sasquatch. I am a huge Bigfoot enthusiast. So, I'm not saying I believe in Bigfoot, because I really don't, but I love the idea of Bigfoot. I love the mystery of Bigfoot. I have Bigfoot t-shirts and keychains, and I've watched every Bigfoot documentary and show pretty much that's out there, except for the dumb ones, the ones where people are trying to lead you to believe that, you know, Bigfoot's right over there, you know, knocking on a tree or knocking rocks together or throwing rocks at them. I don't like that silly stuff where people are just faking it. I like the documentaries, especially the one Les Stroud did, which was really cool. And or it's not a documentary, it was just a season of Survivor Man. But it was really cool. I like the ones that really investigate, that really get into it. The ones that don't, dang ants, the ones that don't say it's real or not real. They just go out there and investigate just to see what they can find. So I'm a huge, massive Bigfoot person. So now you know that about me. Just paddling along, singing my song. Let's see, something else that you guys might not know about me is, and I might have mentioned this once or twice, I don't remember, but I had open heart surgery a few years ago. Actually, when I was 31. And I am 43 now. So I had to have an aortic valve replaced. When I was a teenager, and I was playing basketball, baseball, and I noticed, you know, I couldn't breathe very well. Something was wrong with my breathing. And just, you know, things didn't feel right. So I went to the doctor. I eventually ended up at a cardiologist, and they did the tests that they have to do and discovered I was born with a bad aortic valve. And a normal aortic valve has 3 valves that, I can't do it because I only have 2 hands, but I have 3 valves that open and close. Well, I was born with a bicuspid valve, which I only had 2 valves. So that allowed blood to, you know, flow back into places it shouldn't go. So they told me then, when I was a teenager, that I would have to have that addressed, you know, probably sometime in my 30s. So I was 31, and I just knew the time was right, and I could just feel it, I could tell. And so we did the open heart surgery in January of 2007. And because of the bad valve, my heart had to work harder. It had to, you know, compensate for the bad valve. And because of that, it had caused my actual aorta to expand, and it was in danger of rupturing. So they had to go in, replace the valve, and replace what's called the aortic root, and take care of that so that I didn't have to worry about that bursting open and killing me. So I had that done, and I have to have it done again at some point. Because of the valve I chose a cadaver valve, a donor valve. And within talks with my doctor, they said that was the most reliable valve. I wouldn't have to take a lot of medicine with that valve like I would a mechanical valve or pig valve or anything like that. But the downside to the cadaver valve was it eventually wears out and you have to have it done again. So at some point I will have to have that surgery again. Not looking forward to that, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. But that valve the cadaver valve is supposed to last, you know, I think up to 20 years or something like that. So we're getting up to the point now to where it has to be monitored a little bit more closely. That's what my cardiologist told me actually last year. So we're going to monitor it a little bit more closely. And because of that, that's one reason I don't do a lot of strenuous hikes. I don't go to a lot of places, even though there's a lot of places that I would love to visit. I would love to backpack and hike. I just know from reputation that those places are pretty tough. And I try to stay away from hikes that are really strenuous. Even though I like to push myself and I want to get out there and push myself, I don't want to get myself into a position where I'm actually in danger. Because I still have some issues. I mean, I still have some breathing issues, and you know, I do have asthma, which doesn't help matters. So I don't want to get out there and put myself in danger and get myself in a position that I can't get out of. You know, I enjoy hiking, but I don't enjoy it enough to where I want to go out there and die. So I try to stay off the hard trails and the hard places, which is, you know, filming wise, it might not be as fun or as enjoyable for a viewer to watch easier hikes and easier places, but the reality of it is that's just what I got to do. So many places I want to hike and visit, and I watch other channels and I see those hikes and I think, man, that looks pretty freaking hard. I don't know that I could do that. I just don't have the lung power, and my heart pounds when I'm really, you know, when I'm really getting after it. And on that note about camping and hiking, I am more of a camper than I am a hiker. I'm a camper at heart. I like hiking. I enjoy hiking. Actually, I went hiking yesterday. Not a hike that I filmed. It was at G Creek, and I've already done a few videos at G Creek, so no filming on that one. But yeah, I love to hike. I enjoy going hiking. But at heart, I'm a camper. I like to camp more than I like to hike. I like, you know, I'm more of a camper than I am a backpacker or hiker. So I like the camp experience. I love to car camp. I love to go out on the property and just take a really mini short backpacking trip out there. I like the idea of loading up a pack and getting out there, but I also like the idea of the camp experience more than I do the actual hike experience. So you'll notice that a lot on my channel, that I'm more of a camper. I like the camp experience. I like trying new gear. I like experiencing new gear, and my loadout changes all the time. That's why I like to do different loadout videos and constantly change up my gear. I just love buying new gear. I love trying out new gear. So yeah. Always a different loadout, always different things that I go with, tents and hammocks and backpacks, and I just like to change it up from one trip to the next. That's just the way I like to do it. And with all that different gear that I like to use, I am not sponsored by anybody. I never get any new gear sent to me or anything like that. All the gear that I use is purchased with my own money. So I'm not out there trying to peddle gear or to influence people to buy gear because that gear was sent to me and I need to make it look good on film or something like that. No, I don't do that. And I don't care if people buy anything that they see me use, or if I say something is, you know, some of my favorite gear or it works really well, buy it or don't buy it. It makes no difference to me because it doesn't affect me one way or the other. So I'm not sponsored. Don't do any of that stuff. So I just like to try new gear. I'm a gearhead. That's why I do the gear haul videos and the gear loadout videos. I just like to share with you guys the gear that I purchase and then take it out there, use it, see how it does. Well, the fishing has been terrible on this trip. On this overcast, rainy day, I figured we'd have a pretty decent fishing day, but no go on that. At least not yet. Okay, so something else is I'm colorblind. I don't know if you guys know that. I may have mentioned it before, but I cannot distinguish colors. Some colors I can. I mean, black, white, something that's really vivid, a yellow, you know, a bright red, I can tell. most of the time, but I have a very hard time telling, you know, blue and purple and red and green and brown and green and pink and red and all that stuff, purple and pink. So needless to say, I have to get my wife's assistance on many occasions to make sure my clothes match and everything's color coordinated. And I like for my gear to be color coordinated. And it's kind of hard to do when you're not real sure what the colors are that you're trying to coordinate. So yeah, I don't know if that's actually being colorblind or not. I don't know. I always thought colorblind was when you just couldn't tell colors, period, at all, nothing. I can tell some colors, others I just can't. At work the other day, I was eating some Mike and Ike's, the little candies, and the reds are my favorite, and I had to ask the lady I work with that works beside me there which ones were red and which ones were green, and I kind of separated them out into their own little piles so I'd know what was what. Let's see, what kind of info can I blow you guys away with now? Man, the rain's picking up again. Let's see. Oh, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek, nerd, whatever you call it. I love Star Wars. I love geeky stuff. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. Not so much the new Star Wars, but especially the old movies, the original trilogy. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. Actually, in the playroom at our house, we call it the playroom. It's like a den, whatever. But I have a whole shelf just dedicated to Star Wars. I have figures on the shelf in their little action poses, and calendars and cups and mugs, and a huge Darth Vader that's, 4 feet tall, and a massive Boba Fett that sit there. I mean, all sorts of Star Wars stuff. So I'm a nerd. I love Predator. That's my all-time favorite movie, is the original Predator, 1987, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love the Predator movies, the Predator franchise, the Aliens franchise, Alien v Predator. I mean, I love all that stuff. I'm just a nerdy nerd, just a geek. I'm not a big comic book person. Never got into comics much, but I read. I read more than I do anything else. I read nerdy books, I read Star Wars books, I read Predator books, but I also read Stephen King books, which is what I've been into mostly this year. I've read tons of Stephen King books. I've read It, I've read The Stand, I've read The Shining, I've read Dr. Sleep. I can't even remember them all, but I've read tons of books this year, and that's my thing. I'm a reader. That's what I do. That's my thing. That's what I enjoy. But I enjoy really good books, but I enjoy those nerdy nerd books too. They're not on the same level as a Stephen King classic or something like that, but still, for me, I enjoy them. So there's something you didn't know about me. I'm a geek. I'm a geeky geek, nerdy nerd. So yeah, which I'm an outdoorsy person. I love the outdoors more than anything else. I love doing this stuff more than anything else. And those two don't always go together, the nerd and the outdoorsy person, but that's me. I'm weird like that. And a lot of people have asked me about the channel name since I changed it from Josh Outdoors to Red Cloud Outdoors. And no, I have no Indian heritage that I'm aware of. And when I changed the name, it never even occurred to me that a lot of people relate Red Cloud to Native Americans. That never dawned on me. Not one single time. I came up with the name Red Cloud, or I didn't come up with it. It's just a name I've used in the past for several different things. Back in the day when I was a gamer, and I was always online playing Halo. Loved Halo. Halo 2, Halo 3. Started going downhill at Halo 4, in my opinion, but whatever. But my online gamer name was Red Cloud. CZ Red Cloud. So, Red Cloud is a name I've used in some form or another for years. I've used that name for different projects that I've worked on. And just Red Cloud has always been a name that I've associated with and used for various things. And I like the name of it for the channel. So, it's not associated with Native Americans. It has nothing to do with that. People have asked me that several times, but it has nothing to do with that. So, now you know. I just like the name. I thought it sounded cool. When I think of Red Cloud, personally, I don't necessarily think of Native Americans. And I don't mean that in a bad way or a disrespectful way. I just think of, you know, those beautiful reddish looking clouds in the sky on a sunset or a sunrise, something like that. And that's kind of what I was leaning towards when I changed the name. And I've actually tinkered with changing the name back to Josh Outdoors just because of that. Because I've been asked about it so many times. But I'm not going to do that. But I thought I would at least let you guys know and understand why the name Red Cloud. It's not Native American related as far as my channel goes. And speaking of my channel, I do my channel for me. I mean, I do it for you guys, for your enjoyment and entertainment. I'm trying to turn around. I do it for your entertainment, but ultimately, I do the channel for me. Because one of these days, I'm going to be old, and I'm not going to be able to get out there and do the things that I enjoy doing now. And I got started at, you know, doing this kind of stuff later in life. You know, I didn't do a whole lot of hiking when I was in my 20s, and it wasn't until I was mid-30s that I started doing this stuff. And it really became my passion. And I just wanted to document what I was doing so that one day I can go back. The wind's picking up. So that one day I can go back and watch these videos and relive the memories. I can relive Leland's first camp out. My stepson Leland. You know, we filmed that for the channel. We can go back and watch that together. And I can go back and watch, you know, some of the camp outs that I've been on and hikes I've been on. And relive those memories. So I do the channel for me. But I hope you guys enjoy it, and I do it for you. That's why I upgraded my camera. That's why I've tried to become a better filmmaker and videographer, is for you guys. But ultimately, Red Cloud Outdoors is for me and my family. To go back and watch these again one day when I'm wishing I could get out and do this stuff, but I can't. Or maybe I can, but just not maybe as much or as often or whatever. So, I love the channel. You know, I think about the channel all the time, think about ways to improve it for you guys. But again, I do this for me just as much as for you. I just like to have all my stuff documented on video. That way I can go back one of these days and enjoy it. Enjoy those special moments. You know, Leland's first camp out, that was a special moment. And I'm glad I've got that on video to go back and watch one of these days and enjoy with him. You know, I've got my first kayaking trip, you know, on video, on the channel. So that's something I can go back and watch one of these days. So there's some firsts on there that mean something to me, that are important to me. And I thank all you guys that watch. I'm very appreciative. I definitely want to grow the channel. Growing the channel is pretty hard. It really is. You can do everything or try to do everything right, and improve and try to get better at your craft. And sometimes it's a little frustrating because it doesn't seem to be doing much good. You're still just lost in the shuffle. But got to just keep plugging away. And again, I do it for me. I don't do it for subscribers, even though I want subscribers and I want the channel to grow. But in the end, I'm doing it for me. Whether I've got 1 million subs or just me. Still no fish. So, not even a bite. But anyway, I think we're going to call it quits. We're going to head back in. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you know me a little bit better now. That's all I can think of to tell you guys. So yeah, we'll be coming back pretty soon with a camp out video, I hope anyway, because it's been so blazing hot here. I've just not had the motivation to get out and do any sort of camping. The last camp out, the hotter than video, it was like 92. Well, temps have gone up since then, so now it's even hotter. So, I don't know, maybe on a rainy, stormy evening, whenever we have one coming up on a weekend, I'll get out there and do another camp out video. So, but anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching Red Cloud Outdoors. I'm gonna throw out a few more times, see if I can get anything. If not, I'm heading back in, calling it a day. So, thank you guys. I'll see you next time.